Hi friends, welcome to SR Knowledge Center. First of all, thank you for your support. With your support, we had reached 100 subscribers, but still so many people are watching without subscribing. So please do subscribe to SR Knowledge Center. And also don't forget to take the notes from SR Knowledge Center Telegram channel. We had provided the link in the description. Actually, I received some messages from the viewers. In that messages, they stated that content is good, but there are some deviations. Yes, we agree there are some deviations because teaching in this manner is new to me. Even though I have experience in teaching, but teaching through slides and all these things is new to me. But adjust for this video, and from next video I will try to remove all the deviations and all the technical anomalies also. From next class I will try to make the class more interesting. And agenda for today's class is making of the Indian Constitution. In that we will discuss the timeline of Indian Constitution, Constituent Assembly, important committees of Constituent Assembly, and some important and technical aspects related to Constituent Assembly. After that we will start with the preamble. Now let's start with our first topic, that is making of Indian Constitution. Now let's start with the timeline of Indian Constitution. In that the first thing we have to know is who gave the idea to have a constitution for the first time in India. And for that the answer is M.N. Roy. His full name is Manavendra Roy. He is the founder of Communist Party of India and he founded the CPI in the year 1921, and he gave the idea to have a constitution in the year 1934. But his party is very less significant, so there is no impact on the British government to have any constitution for India. And after that, in the year 1935, for the first time, the Indian National Congress has demanded the Britishers to establish a constitutional assembly for writing the constitution for India. At that time, Indian Congress is a significant party, so there is some impact on Britishers. And in the year 1938, on behalf of Congress, Jawaharlal Nehru demanded a constitutional assembly without any foreign influence or foreign members. Simply it means the assembly has to consist only with the Indians. After that, finally in the year 1940, in the month of August, the Britishers accepted the proposal, or we can say the demand of the Congress, and they agreed to establish a constitutional assembly, and they agreed this in the month of August 1940. That's why we will call this as August offer also. Sometimes in exams they will ask as a August offer, so don't confuse with that. It is the acceptance of the demand of Congress to establish a constitutional assembly. Actually, at that time, Second World War is going on. So it started in the year 1939 and it ended in the year 1945. And British is also fighting in the war. So they are unable to control the country. And at the same time, their soldiers are getting killed. So they asked India. For that purpose, they sent a mission. We will call it as a Cripps India mission. It is sent to India in the year 1942, and they asked Indians that we will provide to you independence and in return you have to support us in the war. And Gandhiji had got angry with this, and he said, whether you give independence or not, we are not going to fight for you in the war. And he declared a movement known as Quit India movement, and the slogan given by the Gandhiji is do or die. And also Gandhiji called this mission as a post-dated check, which will never get cleared. After that, in the year 1945, finally the Second World War is concluded. But there is a huge damage to all countries at that time. And even though Britishers won the war, but they suffered huge losses. And at that time they don't have any sufficient resources to control India. And for that they decided to give independence to India, and they sent a famous mission plan known as Cabinet Mission Plan in the year 1946, and it consists of three people: Sir Stafford Cripps, Lawrence, and Alexander. And the task of this mission is to establish the Constitutional Assembly for India, and it has established in the year 1946. The demand was made in the year 1935 to have a Constitutional Assembly, and finally it came into fruitful in the year 1946. Now, finally, the Constitutional Assembly has established. Now we have to understand how many members are there in Constitutional Assembly and how they are become members into the Assembly. So, if we talk about the total strength of Constitutional Assembly, then it is 389 members, and the number is B specific. So don't confuse with that, because there is a reason for 389, and at that time the population of India is 389 million, and Britishers decided to have a representative for a million people of India. So they had established a assembly with the 389 members, and in that 389 members, 296 members are elected from various provinces. At that time we have provinces, not the states. So we have Madras province, we have Bombay province, like that. And 93 members were nominated based on the expertise they have. And in that total 296 elected members, 208 members were won from the Congress, and 73 members from Muslim League, and 15 members from other parties. Now, if we break down the Constitutional Assembly into the parts, then we can say that 292 members are elected from the provinces. We have 11 provinces at that time. Simply provinces means states only. And 4 members are elected from the administrative regions of Delhi, Mirwar, Coorg, and British Balochistan. And 93 members are nominated from the princely states. At that time we have more than 550 princely states like Hyderabad, Jammu and Kashmir, Travancore. All these are princely states, and 93 members are nominated from these princely states. And if we divide the members of Constitutional Assembly based on the communities, then there is 3 communities in the Constitutional Assembly. First one is Muslims, and second one is Sikhs. Both these communities have reservations in the Constitutional Assembly. And the third category is general. It includes all communities except Muslims and Sikhs. Britishers provided reservations for these 2 communities because they don't want any friendly relationship between Hindus and Muslims. Finally, Constitutional Assembly was established. But there is a famous thing happened on 3rd June 1947. That is the decision to bifurcate India into 2 countries. That is, one is India and Pakistan. And this plan is also known as Mountbatten Plan or June 3 Plan. Totally we have 2 plans. One is Cabinet Mission Plan in the year 1946 to establish Constitutional Assembly, and second one is June 3 Plan or Mountbatten Plan to divide India into 2 countries. And we have one more thing, that is August Offer in the year 1940, which talks about accepting the request to establish the Constitutional Assembly for India. Because of the decision taken through Mountbatten Plan, 90 members of Constitutional Assembly has to resign, and they had resigned in the year 1947. But however, the first session of the Constitutional Assembly is held on 9th December 1946. The actual chairman has to be the Babu Rajendra Prasad, but due to his ill health, Dr. Sachidananda Sinha became the temporary chairman. And on 11th December 1946, the Constitutional Assembly met again, and in that session they decided to appoint a deputy chairman because the similar type of circumstances may occur in future. That's why they want to appoint a deputy chairman, and Mr. H.C. Mukherjee is elected as a deputy chairman, and Mr. B.N. Rao is appointed as an advisor to the Constitutional Assembly. Even though some members were resigned from the assembly, but still the Constitutional Assembly continued its work, and it had presented three drafts to the Assembly, and the first draft was presented to the Assembly on 4th November 1948, and the second draft is presented on 15th November 1948, and the third draft, or we can say it is the final draft, it is presented to the Assembly on 14th November 1949. Now everything is completed and finalized on 14th November 1949, but the Constitutional Assembly adopted the Constitution on 26th November 1949 because of the significance enjoyed by this day. Because the reason is on 26th January 1930, for the first time, Purna Swaraj Day is celebrated on the basis of the resolution adopted in the Lahore session in the year 1929. And finally, the Constitutional Assembly adopted the Constitution on 26th November 1949, and immediately after adoption, some provisions related to citizenship, president, and election are came into force. But the entire Constitution came into force on 26th January 1950. That's why we will celebrate 26th January 1950 as Republic Day, because it is the birth of a new republic in this world, and 26th November 1949 is celebrated as a constitutional day of India, and also 26th November is also celebrated as a law day of India, that is National Law Day. Last session of Constitutional Assembly is held on 24th January 1950, and Dr. Babu Rajendra Prasad is elected as the President of India, and it also adopted national anthem, that is Jana Gana Mana, as a national anthem on the same day, which is written by Ravindranath Tagore, and also national song, that is Vande Mataram, written by Banking Chandra Chatterjee, is also adopted on the same day. Finally, we came to the end of the timeline. It started on 1934 and ended on 26th January 1950. And the Constitution of India is the largest written constitution in the world. It has 395 articles divided into 22 parts and 8 schedules. But now the Constitution has more than 450 articles divided into 25 parts and 12 schedules, and it is the largest written constitution in the history of the world. At present, it also had 104 amendments. And even though total number of articles is more than 450, but the last number of article is 395 only, because the remaining articles are added to already existing articles. Like we have 51A, which deals about fundamental duties. In that manner, we have added so many articles. And then another example is Article 300A, which talks about right to property. And if we talk about the time taken by the Constitutional Assembly to prepare the Constitution, then it is 2 years, 11 months, 18 days, and total 11 sessions were conducted, and the total expenditure to write Indian Constitution is 63,96,000. And with this, we have completed the timeline of Indian Constitution, Constitutional Assembly, and some technical aspects like some important events, some important points we have completed. Now we are going to start with our new topic, that is the important committees of the Constitutional Assembly. Now if we talk about committees and chairmen, then first one is Rules Committee, Dr. Babu Rajendra Prasad. Flag Committee, Dr. Babu Rajendra Prasad. Fundamental Rights Committee, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Union Powers Committee, Jawaharlal Nehru. Union Constitutional Committee, Jawaharlal Nehru. And finally, the last committee is a Drafting Committee, and it is headed by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Generally, everyone will think that Constitution is written by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, but actually he is the head of the Drafting Committee, which prepared the drafts of the Constitution. In real, the Constitution is not written by the B.R. Ambedkar. It is prepared by the Constitutional Assembly of the India, and drafting committee consists of 7 persons, including the chairman, and the chairman is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Along with him, we have 6 other people known as Alladi Krishna Swami Iyer, N. Gopalaswamy, Syed Muhammad Sadullah, Mr. K. M. Munshi, and Madhavarao, and finally Krishnachari. And finally, we had completed the important committees of Constituent Assembly. Actually, I want to complete preamble also in this video itself, but it will make this video very lengthy. So I will prepare some other video for preamble, and I will cover all the topics related to preamble, like what is preamble, what is the text in the preamble, and what are the cases related to preamble. All these things in detail in the next session. And thank you everyone for watching this video. Please like, comment, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe SR Knowledge Center. And the PDF of this class is provided in the SR Knowledge Center Telegram channel, so you can download it from there, and the link is provided in the description.